Welcome back. Today, if you love rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable values still connected to everyday pocket change, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the top 5 most valuable United States Monticello Jefferson nickels, covering different years, mint marks, conditions, and why collectors are willing to pay huge money for them. Some of these nickels may look ordinary at first glance, but in the right condition or with the right era they can be worth thousands, even millions of dollars. Let's get started. First up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1952 with no mint mark, a coin that has quietly transformed from everyday pocket change into a highly desirable treasure in today's rare coin auction market. This is the kind of coin that many people once ignored, spent without thought, or stored away in old jars, never realizing that one day collectors would chase it aggressively, pushing values higher and higher as demand explodes. If you love rare coins, hidden value, and historic American money that still shocks the market today, then this is a story you absolutely do not want to miss. The 1952 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark takes us back to a powerful era in American history, a time when the United States was rebuilding, expanding, and redefining itself after World War II. The Jefferson nickel series itself began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and introducing a new design that honored one of America's most influential founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. By 1952, the Jefferson nickel had already become a symbol of stability and continuity, minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use mint marks during that period. This absence of a mint mark today is not a flaw, but a defining historical signature that instantly identifies the coin's origin and authenticity. Every 1952 no-mint mark nickel represents American craftsmanship from the heart of the nation's primary minting facility, produced during a year that now stands as a cornerstone for collectors who value classic mid-century U.S. coinage. The 1952 Monticello Jefferson nickel truly special is not just its age, but its unmistakable design and the story engraved into its metal. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson's portrait stands dignified and strong, designed by Felix Schlag, capturing Jefferson with refined detail that continues to impress collectors decades later. The sharpness of the lettering, the calm expression, and the balanced profile all contribute to a timeless design that remains one of the most recognizable in American numismatics. On the reverse, Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia estate, is presented with architectural precision and symbolic depth. The steps, the dome, and the surrounding inscriptions give the coin a regal presence, especially when found in very fine condition where the details remain bold, clean, and visually striking. This combination of historical significance and elegant design is a major reason why collectors continue to pursue this coin so aggressively. The coin world is not always about how many were minted, but about how many survive today in desirable condition, and this is where the 1952 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel rises dramatically in collector demand. While many were originally produced, only a limited number remain in very fine condition with strong details, minimal wear, and original surfaces that have not been damaged, cleaned, or altered. Coins that survive in this condition stand apart from the rest, and serious collectors know this well. Over the years, countless examples were lost to circulation, corrosion, mishandling, and neglect, leaving behind a shrinking population of high-quality survivors. As demand continues to rise globally, especially among collectors who specialize in classic Jefferson nickels, these very fine examples are becoming increasingly difficult to acquire, pushing auction prices higher and solidifying their reputation as premium collectibles. The 1952 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark has reached a level of attention that surprises many new collectors. High-grade and well-preserved examples are now commanding impressive prices, with select specimens achieving values in the thousands of dollars when certified, visually appealing, and strongly struck. Auction results consistently show that collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that combine historical importance, strong eye appeal, and growing scarcity. This is not a passing trend, but a reflection of long-term collector confidence in classic U.S. coinage. As modern investors and numismatists seek tangible assets with proven demand, coins like the 1952 Jefferson nickel continue to shine as reliable and exciting additions to serious collections. Collector demand for this coin remains exceptionally strong, driven by its classic status, its connection to America's founding history, and its increasing recognition as a valuable mid-century issue. The very fine condition category is particularly desirable because it offers an ideal balance of age, preservation, and affordability compared to ultra-high grades, while still delivering strong market performance. Collectors appreciate the honest wear that confirms authenticity while retaining enough detail to showcase the original artistry of the design. This makes the coin attractive not only to advanced numismatists but also to dedicated newcomers looking to own something meaningful, historic, and financially significant. For collectors who are fortunate enough to own or discover a 1952 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel in very fine condition, proper care and knowledge can make all the difference in preserving and enhancing its value. Storing the coin in a protective holder, avoiding unnecessary handling, and seeking professional authentication are all steps that experienced collectors understand as essential. Knowledge is power in numismatics, and understanding the importance of originality, surface quality, and visual appeal allows collectors to make confident decisions that protect their investment and strengthen their collection over time. Coins like this reward patience, research, and respect for history. The rare coin market, the 1952 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark stands as a shining example of how everyday money can evolve into a prized collectible. Its journey from circulation to auction spotlight reflects the enduring appeal of American coinage and the passion of collectors worldwide. This coin is no longer just 5 cents of metal, but a historical artifact, a collector's prize, and a symbol of the hidden value that still exists in classic U.S. coins today. The 1952 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark in very fine condition represents everything collectors love about rare coins: history, beauty, scarcity, and rising market demand. It tells a story of America, craftsmanship, and time itself, all captured in a small yet powerful piece of metal. As auction values continue to climb and collector interest grows stronger, this coin remains firmly positioned as a high-demand classic with impressive potential and undeniable appeal. Next up, the 1954 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, featuring the iconic Monticello design. This is not just a 5-cent piece. This is a symbol of American history, mid-century craftsmanship, and growing collector demand that continues to push exceptional examples into astonishing price territory. Welcome to a rare coin journey where condition, detail, and survival turn an everyday coin into a highly sought-after treasure. The 1954 D. Jefferson nickel begins in the heart of post-World War II America, a time when the nation was rebuilding, expanding, and redefining itself. The Jefferson nickel series itself was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and honoring Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and one of the most influential figures in American history. By 1954, the design had already become a familiar part of daily life, but the world behind the scenes at the United States Mint was changing rapidly. Advances in minting technology, fluctuating metal supplies, and massive circulation demands all influenced how coins were struck, stored, and released to the public. The Denver Mint, represented by the D Mint mark, played a crucial role during this era, producing millions of coins that would flow into commerce across the nation. The 1954 D. Jefferson nickel, particularly intriguing is how it reflects the balance between mass production and individual rarity. While millions were struck, only a very small percentage survived in truly fine, sharply detailed, and well-preserved condition. Over decades of circulation, most examples were worn down, damaged, or lost altogether. Coins from this era were heavily used in everyday transactions, tossed into pockets, scraped against keys, and exposed to harsh environments. As a result, finding a 1954 D. Jefferson nickel today that still shows strong details, clean fields, and well-defined Monticello steps is increasingly difficult, and that difficulty is exactly what fuels collector demand. The 1954 D. Jefferson nickel are where the story truly comes alive. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson's portrait stands as a timeless representation of American leadership, but in higher-grade examples, the sharpness of his hair, the clarity of his eye, and the smoothness of the surrounding fields elevate the coin from ordinary to extraordinary. The reverse, featuring Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia estate, is the true focal point for serious collectors. The architectural details of Monticello, especially the steps at the base of the building, are a critical indicator of strike quality. Coins that retain strong, uninterrupted steps are prized above all others, and when such examples appear at auction, they command intense attention and fierce bidding competition. The 1954 D. Jefferson nickel is driven by more than just age. It is driven by the challenge. Many collectors aim to complete full Jefferson nickel sets by date and mint mark, and the 1954 D occupies an important position in that pursuit. As collectors move beyond average circulated coins and seek higher grade examples, the population of available pieces shrinks dramatically. This scarcity at the top end creates a market where premium examples are not just wanted, but aggressively chased. Coins graded in fine condition already attract interest, but when preservation, eye appeal, and strike quality align perfectly, values can escalate rapidly into levels that surprise even seasoned collectors. The conversation around value has shifted from face value to potential. While circulated examples may trade modestly, elite specimens of the 1954 D. Jefferson nickel, those with exceptional surfaces, strong strikes, and professional grading, have proven that they can reach remarkable prices. In competitive auctions, where multiple collectors recognize the rarity of a top-tier coin, final hammer prices can climb into the thousands of dollars. These results are not accidents. They reflect years of growing interest, shrinking supply, and a deeper appreciation for condition rarity within the Jefferson nickel series. Each new record sale reinforces the idea that this coin is no longer just a common issue, but a serious collectible with long-term upside. Rare Jefferson nickels is fueled by a new generation of collectors who understand that value is not only about age, but about survival. Coins from the 1950s sit at a perfect crossroads between history and accessibility, making them ideal targets for collectors who want tangible connections to America's past without reaching into colonial-era pricing. The 1954 D. Jefferson nickel, when found in fine and better condition, represents that sweet spot where demand continues to grow while supply remains permanently limited. Each year, more coins are permanently removed from the market as they enter private collections, further tightening availability and strengthening prices. For collectors, owning a 1954 D. Jefferson nickel is about more than money. It is about stewardship. It is about preserving a small piece of American history that has survived decades of change. Smart collectors understand the importance of proper storage, professional grading, and patience. Coins that are protected from environmental damage, kept in stable conditions, and authenticated by respected grading services stand the best chance of reaching their full market potential. Knowledgeable collectors also pay close attention to eye appeal, luster, and strike quality, recognizing that these subtle factors often make the difference between an average coin and a headline-worthy auction result. The 1954 D. Jefferson nickel remains overwhelmingly positive. As interest in U.S. coinage continues to expand globally, and as collectors increasingly focus on quality over quantity, coins like this stand to benefit enormously. The combination of historical significance, architectural beauty, and condition-based rarity ensures that demand will not fade. Instead, it continues to intensify as more people realize that hidden value often lies in the most unexpected places. A coin once passed casually across a counter now commands respect, admiration, and serious financial attention. The 1954 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark is a powerful reminder that rarity is not always obvious at first glance. Within this modest coin lies a story of American history, minting artistry, and collector passion that continues to drive strong demand in today's market. For those fortunate enough to own a well-preserved example, this coin represents opportunity, pride, and connection to the past. As auction records continue to be rewritten and interest grows stronger each year, the 1954 D. Jefferson nickel stands tall as one of the most exciting and rewarding finds in modern U.S. numismatics. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel 1940 with the S mint mark in circulated condition, a rare coin that continues to shock collectors with its strong auction performance and potential value reaching into the thousands of dollars. This is not just a coin story, this is a journey through American history, artistry, rarity, and rising market excitement. The 1940 S. Jefferson nickel began at a crucial moment in United States history. The Jefferson nickel series itself was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and marking a shift toward a more refined and historically symbolic design. By 1940, the United States was still recovering from the Great Depression while watching World War II unfold across Europe. The San Francisco Mint, identified by the S Mint mark, played a vital role in producing coinage for the western United States during this period. Coins struck at San Francisco were often produced in lower quantities compared to Philadelphia, giving them an immediate edge in long-term collector appeal. The 1940s Jefferson nickel was part of this important early era of the series, making it a foundational piece for anyone serious about Jefferson nickel collecting. Every circulated example tells a story of everyday American life during a tense and transformative time, which adds emotional and historical weight that collectors truly value. The 1940s Monticello Jefferson nickel are what truly separate it from ordinary pocket change. Designed by Felix Schlag, the obverse proudly displays Thomas Jefferson, one of America's most influential founding fathers, rendered with a calm strength that reflects leadership and vision. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, symbolizing intellect, independence, and American heritage. On the 1940s issue, collectors often admire the sharpness of the lettering, the classic wartime-era silver-gray nickel tone, and the strong overall balance of the design even in circulated condition. Many circulated examples still retain impressive detail in Jefferson's profile and the architectural lines of Monticello, which dramatically increases eye appeal. The S Mint mark adds an additional layer of desirability, instantly signaling to collectors that this coin came from a mint known for producing scarcer and more sought-after issues. The collector demand for the 1940s Jefferson nickel, and this is where excitement truly builds. While millions were originally struck, far fewer have survived over the decades in collectible condition. Circulated examples that show honest wear but retain strong details are increasingly difficult to locate, especially ones free from heavy damage or corrosion. Many coins from this era were lost, melted, or worn down beyond recognition through decades of use. As time passes, the surviving population continues to shrink, pushing demand higher and higher. Collectors understand that early Jefferson nickels with San Francisco Mint marks represent a finite supply, and once these coins disappear into private collections, they rarely return to the open market. This scarcity fuels competitive bidding at auctions and drives prices upward year after year. The current market value of the 1940s Jefferson nickel, this is where the story becomes truly thrilling. In today's active rare coin market, circulated examples are no longer ignored or overlooked. Instead, they are being rediscovered and aggressively pursued. High-quality circulated specimens, especially those with attractive toning, strong strike characteristics, and professional grading, have demonstrated the ability to command prices that surprise even experienced collectors. In exceptional cases, coins with outstanding eye appeal, rare varieties, or top-tier certification have reached values in the thousands of dollars at auction. This strong market performance reflects not hype, but genuine collector confidence in the long-term value of early San Francisco Mint Jefferson nickels. As interest in classic U.S. coinage continues to grow worldwide, demand for the 1940s issue remains intense and highly competitive. Another reason this coin enjoys such strong market attention is its versatility within the hobby. The 1940s Jefferson nickel appeals to multiple types of collectors at once. History lovers appreciate its connection to pre-World War II America. Design enthusiasts admire Felix Schlag's timeless artwork. Investors see it as a tangible asset with proven demand and limited supply. Even beginner collectors find it exciting because it represents a realistic entry point into serious numismatics while still offering strong upside potential. This broad appeal creates constant buying pressure, which is exactly what drives sustained value growth in the rare coin market. A 1940s Jefferson nickel, smart strategy and knowledge can make all the difference. Paying close attention to overall eye appeal is crucial, as coins with balanced wear, clean surfaces, and natural color consistently outperform others. Certification from a respected grading service can significantly enhance both confidence and market value, especially as prices continue to rise. Storing the coin properly in a protective holder ensures that its condition remains stable for future appreciation. Many experienced collectors also recommend patience, waiting for the right example rather than rushing into a purchase, because the best coins tend to reward their owners the most over time. As demand continues to grow, owning a high-quality circulated example today could feel like a major win tomorrow. With a positive outlook for the 1940s Jefferson nickel is supported by broader trends in the rare coin market. Collectors are increasingly focusing on classic U.S. coinage with historical significance and established collector bases. Early Jefferson nickels fit perfectly into this category. As younger collectors enter the hobby and seasoned numismatists seek to complete high-quality sets, competition for desirable pieces intensifies. The San Francisco Mint market's prestige, the 1940 date anchors it firmly in a pivotal historical era, and the Monticello design ensures timeless appeal. All of these factors combine to create a coin that feels both emotionally satisfying and financially promising. The Monticello Jefferson nickel 1940 with the S mint mark in circulated condition stands as a powerful example of how ordinary-looking coins can evolve into extraordinary collectibles. It represents American history, artistic excellence, and the undeniable force of supply and demand working together. Far from being forgotten change, this coin has earned its place in the spotlight as a highly desirable, high-demand collectible with the potential to reach impressive values in today's market. Whether you are a seasoned collector, an investor, or someone just discovering the excitement of rare coins, the 1940s Jefferson nickel offers a story and an opportunity that continues to shine brighter with time. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel of 1946 with the D mint mark, a coin born at a historic turning point in American history and now celebrated as a sleeper treasure in the rare coin market. Even in bad or heavily circulated condition, this coin has captured the attention of serious collectors who understand that true rarity and historical importance do not disappear with wear. Today, we are diving deep into why this specific nickel is talked about with excitement, why demand keeps rising, and why collectors across the globe are hunting for it with passion. The 1946 D. Jefferson nickel begins right after World War II, a time when the United States was redefining itself politically, economically, and culturally. In 1946, America was stepping into a new era of peace and industrial expansion, and the U.S. Mint resumed normal nickel production after the wartime silver alloy nickels of 1942 to 1945. This makes the 1946 Jefferson nickel especially significant because it represents the return to the traditional copper-nickel composition. The Denver Mint, identified by the bold D mint mark on the reverse, played a crucial role in producing these coins for a nation eager to rebuild and move forward. Every 1946 D nickel carries with it the spirit of post-war optimism, industrial growth, and renewed confidence in American currency, which is exactly why collectors place such importance on this issue today. The Monticello Jefferson nickel is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. Designed by Felix Schlag, the obverse features a strong left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, a founding father whose legacy continues to influence American ideals of freedom and democracy. On the reverse, Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, stands as a symbol of intellect, architecture, and national heritage. The 1946 D issue is particularly admired because it showcases crisp design elements that, even in heavily worn condition, remain recognizable and powerful. The bold lettering, the balanced layout, and the historical symbolism combine to make this coin endlessly fascinating for collectors who value story as much as appearance. The 1946 D Jefferson nickel into the category of highly demanded rare coins is its place in numismatic history and its growing reputation in today's auction market. While many people assume that only shiny, uncirculated coins have value, seasoned collectors know that certain dates and mint marks carry strong premiums regardless of condition. The Denver Mint production of 1946 has become increasingly desirable because so many examples were heavily circulated during America's post-war economic boom. As a result, surviving coins, even in bad or rough condition, are now recognized as authentic artifacts of daily American life in the late 1940s. This real-world usage adds character, authenticity, and emotional value that collectors actively seek. It is also about survival and demand. The 1946 D Jefferson nickel fits perfectly into this definition. Over the decades, countless examples were lost, damaged, melted, or simply discarded. Those that remain today, even with heavy wear, scratches, or weak strikes, are being rediscovered and appreciated by a new generation of collectors. In today's rare coin market, demand has shifted strongly toward historically meaningful coins, and the 1946 D nickel stands out as a symbol of America's transition from war to peace. This emotional and historical connection fuels collector demand and pushes values higher as competition intensifies. Condition plays an interesting and exciting role with this coin. While high-grade examples naturally attract attention, there is a growing and powerful market for lower-grade, circulated, and even bad condition coins when the date and mint mark are right. Collectors understand that not everyone can afford pristine specimens, but owning a genuine 1946 D Jefferson nickel still provides a sense of prestige and historical ownership. In auctions today, even well-worn examples are being actively pursued, especially when they show original surfaces and honest circulation wear. This trend has created an environment where prices can climb dramatically, sometimes reaching into the thousands of dollars when the right buyer recognizes the coin's importance and scarcity within their collection goals. The 1946 D Jefferson nickel. Across online platforms, private sales, and major auction houses, collector interest continues to grow. Coins that were once overlooked in pocket change are now being spotlighted as undervalued treasures. Headlines about Jefferson nickels achieving surprisingly high prices have sparked renewed interest, and the 1946 D issue often appears in conversations about post-war coinage with strong upside potential. As more collectors enter the hobby and seek affordable yet historically rich coins, competition increases, and values respond accordingly in a powerful upward direction. Owning a 1946 D Jefferson nickel is about more than just money. It is about holding a tangible piece of American history, a coin that circulated during a time of rebuilding, hope, and transformation. This emotional connection drives long-term demand and supports strong market performance. Collectors who focus on Jefferson nickel sets, Denver Mint issues, or post-war U.S. coinage consistently place the 1946 D high on their priority lists. This sustained interest ensures that the coin remains relevant, talked about, and actively traded in the rare coin community. If you are a collector or someone just discovering the world of rare coins, the 1946 D Jefferson nickel offers an exciting opportunity. Careful examination of details such as mint mark placement, overall originality, and authentic wear can help identify strong examples with excellent collector appeal. Many experienced collectors recommend preserving coins exactly as found, as natural aging and circulation marks are part of the coin's story and charm. Storing the coin safely, learning its background, and following auction trends can significantly enhance the experience and potential value of ownership. As the rare coin market continues to expand globally, coins like the 1946 D Jefferson nickel benefit from increased visibility and appreciation. Social media, online auctions, and YouTube channels dedicated to rare coins have brought these once-forgotten nickels into the spotlight. This exposure fuels excitement, attracts new buyers, and reinforces the coin's reputation as a highly demanded collectible. The narrative around this nickel is overwhelmingly positive, driven by history, scarcity, and the thrill of rediscovery. The Monticello Jefferson nickel of 1946 with the D mint mark stands proudly as a powerful example of how even a small, worn coin can carry immense value and meaning. Its post-World War II origin, iconic design, strong collector demand, and impressive auction performance make it one of the most talked-about Jefferson nickels today. Even in bad condition, this coin represents opportunity, history, and prestige in the world of rare coins. It reminds us that value is not always about perfection, but about story, survival, and significance. Next up, the 1959 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, a coin that continues to surprise collectors across the world, especially when found in unusual rusty or heavily toned condition that sets it apart from ordinary examples. This is the kind of coin that turns pocket change into potential treasure, and once you understand its history, its hidden characteristics, and its growing demand in the modern rare coin auction market, you will see why collectors are actively hunting for this exact piece right now. So stay with us, because this is one of those stories where small metal carries big money potential. The Jefferson nickel itself is deeply connected to American heritage and national pride. Introduced in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson, one of the most influential founding fathers of the United States, the Monticello Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel and quickly became a symbol of stability, education, and classical American values. By the time 1959 arrived, the United States was experiencing major cultural and economic change, and coinage from this era reflects a transition period that collectors today find extremely appealing. The 1959 issue represents one of the final years before subtle design and production shifts began to change how Jefferson nickels were struck, making coins from this date especially interesting for long-term numismatic study and investment. The 1959 D Mint mark particularly exciting is its connection to the Denver Mint, a facility known among collectors for producing coins with strong strikes, bold details, and distinctive surface characteristics. Denver minted Jefferson nickels from this period often display sharp Monticello steps, crisp lettering, and well-defined portraits of Jefferson, qualities that elevate collector demand dramatically when preserved or when displaying unusual surface transformations. When a 1959 D nickel appears with a rusty or deeply oxidized appearance, it immediately attracts attention because this kind of condition tells a unique story of environmental interaction, storage history, and chemical reaction that makes the coin visually dramatic and one-of-a-kind. Unlike modern coins that are mass-produced with little character, older Jefferson nickels like the 1959 D develop personalities over time. The rusty or heavily toned condition, while rare, creates a powerful visual contrast that many advanced collectors actively seek. This kind of surface appearance often signals unusual alloy exposure, mint-era planchet behavior, or long-term storage conditions that transform an ordinary coin into a conversation piece. In the rare coin world, uniqueness drives demand, and demand drives value, which is exactly why these coins are now being discussed more frequently in auction previews, collector forums, and private sales. The 1959 D Monticello Jefferson nickel has been rising steadily, especially among those who specialize in transitional-era U.S. coinage and visually distinctive examples. While millions were originally struck, only a tiny fraction survive today with unusual surface character, strong remaining details, and authentic mint-era origins. Coins that stand out visually and historically tend to perform exceptionally well in competitive bidding environments, and this has placed the 1959 D nickel firmly on the radar of serious collectors who understand long-term appreciation trends. Standout examples of the 1959 D Jefferson nickel are achieving impressive results, particularly when certified, authenticated, or recognized for exceptional eye appeal. While standard circulated examples trade modestly, rare condition pieces, era-related specimens, and visually dramatic coins have entered an entirely different value category. In extraordinary cases, where condition, rarity, and demand align perfectly, prices can climb into the thousands of dollars, especially when two or more collectors compete for a single exceptional piece. This is the reality of the modern numismatic market, where storytelling, scarcity, and desirability combine to create strong financial outcomes. The excitement around this coin is the fact that many people may already own one without realizing its potential. Coins stored away for decades, inherited collections, and old rolls discovered in drawers or boxes sometimes contain examples that the market now values far beyond face value. The 1959 D nickel, especially when showing rare surface characteristics, has become a symbol of hidden opportunity, reminding collectors that treasure does not always come wrapped in gold, but sometimes in 5 cents of American history. For collectors looking to capitalize on this rising interest, attention to authenticity, preservation, and presentation is key. Proper storage, careful handling, and professional evaluation can significantly increase a coin's desirability and market performance. Coins that are showcased correctly and positioned within the right collector audience often achieve results far beyond expectations. This is why experienced collectors treat each unusual Jefferson nickel as a potential investment piece rather than simple change. The 1959 D Monticello Jefferson nickel remains extremely positive. As interest in mid-century U.S. coinage continues to grow and new collectors enter the market through online platforms and auctions, demand for visually striking and historically rich coins is expected to rise even further. Coins that tell a story, especially those connected to iconic American designs like Monticello, tend to hold their value and often exceed it over time. The 1959 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark is far more than a common coin. It represents American history, mint craftsmanship, collector passion, and the thrilling possibility of discovering real value where others see none. Its presence in today's rare coin auction market proves that even the smallest denominations can carry enormous significance and impressive dollar potential. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone just beginning to explore the world of numismatics, this coin stands as a powerful reminder that rare finds are still out there, waiting to be recognized. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy discovering rare coins, hidden values, and incredible stories behind everyday change, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share your thoughts in the comments below.